Henry's body was laid to rest in Westminster Abbey, to spend eternity alongside his beloved Anglo-Saxon hero, Edward the Confessor. But his heart was sent to be buried with his Plantagenet ancestors at the Abbey of Fontevraud in Anjou. An English king with a French heart, a Plantagenet to the last. Edward, the warrior prince, now became King Edward I of England. Tall and intimidating, with a mop of curly hair, Edward was known as Longshanks. He inherited a country recovering from turmoil. Edward also inherited the famous Plantagenet temper. Reputedly, he once frightened an unfortunate Archbishop of York literally to death. But he learned two things from his father's mistakes: to keep the barons happy and not to run out of money. And he sought to find ways to attain both those goals. Medieval England reached its economic peak under Edward I. But there was a darker side to its growing sense of national identity. England's Jewish population had arrived from France shortly after the Norman conquest. The Pope had decreed that lending money at interest was a sin for Christians, so the Jews became the chief source of credit for the king and his barons. Jews were often resented. They were frequently persecuted and attacked. And by the reign of Edward I, in this age of crusades, England had become an increasingly militant Christian nation. The king himself was a conventional Christian with no sympathy for the plight of the Jews. At a time when English national feeling was growing, Edward's vision of England was a fiercely Christian one. This England had no place for the Jews.